Hey guys, let's not waste time here. Get straight to it. My 2016 F-150, we had the 110 volt receptacles. They were convenient, loved it, charged everything we put in it, drone batteries, whatever. A single DJI Phantom 4 costs about 108 watts or so. That's basically a single 100 watt incandescent lamp. Throw in the controller, the loading doesn't increase that much because the charger is smart. Kudos to DJI. Throw in the Surface X, well that's another 33 watts, and the cost goes up to 141 watt total, well under the 400 watt capacity, or the 300. Adding the HP laptop to the pile, that's a mere 33 watts or so, which brings us up to 178. Throw in another DJI Mavic battery, well that's 73 watts, or a total of 251. Add a second Mavic battery, the cost doesn't really change because again, smart charger. Charges the batteries sequentially, not at the same time. Add the Mavic controller though, and we peak out with an additional 47 watts, total 298. That's close enough to the 300 watt max. This did settle back down to 250 watts, probably the pre-charge on the cap, bringing it up to charge. That's impressive though. You could power a small mobile office from the 2016 Ford with no problem. But a note of caution, while you may be able to run an inkjet printer on a modified sine wave inverter, a laser printer will not work unless you have a true sine wave. More on that later. When we upgraded the F-150 in 2022, the receptacle feature was one of the main considerations. We didn't try the receptacles until working the floods in southeastern Kentucky in August, and then, sadly, no go. The inverter just did not work. Our initial load was only a single tablet, 65 watt max. I plugged it in to charge while driving, and after a couple of hours when we stopped, nothing, no charge. The tablet was dead at 1%. I tried plugging the tablet in multiple times, restarted the truck multiple times, hoping to reset the inverter. Each time though, the LED would flash just one time and then nothing. I had to work without the drones because the tablet was not charged. Frustrating to say the least. A brand new truck. The inverter should work. In the meantime, I need power, Mr. Scott. That's why I ordered the Wotobe US 83 watt cigarette lighter adapter. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not, but that's what I'm calling it. It's a dual charge, smart charge compatible, and 83 watts total. Pretty impressive. This is though a band-aid until I can get a chance to troubleshoot or take the truck into Ford. If you're interested in the troubleshooting with me, wiring and the fuses and all that, skip to that vid. It will follow this one when finished. But this Wotobe US has PD, PPS, and QC 3.0. But what does that mean? PD, well, simply power delivery. That's it. A PD rated device can take up to 20 volts of DC up to 100 watts. Though it seems this Wotobe, the max or the limit is 65 watts. Still, in such a small device, that's power, Mr. Scott. More than sufficient for most of us mere mortals. With PD though, and the correct USB-C cable, you can leave the bulky laptop charger at the house. Power delivery PD also monitors your device, the battery, and prevents overheating and other problems, which increases the battery life. But be aware, some devices don't support PD. You'll still charge, just not at the 50 to 70% reduction in time, and most likely limited to 5 volts. Most devices that support power sharing, most Samsung devices, they also support power delivery. Next is PPS, Programmable Power Supply. Isn't the technology great in such a small package? In real time, or close enough, every 10 seconds, this adapter will check your device's charge status and optimize the voltage into power to give you maximum power and charge speed, which, like power delivery, reduces heat, meaning longer battery life. Again, a drawback. Devices before 2017 are unlikely to use PPS, and many of the cheaper devices, even today in 2022, aren't going to provide PPS compatibility. And lastly, there's the good old QC, or Quick Charge. It's older technology, introduced by Qualcomm in 2015. You get 4 times the charge speed of traditional 5-volt USB, and again, a regulator. This gives you protection from overheating and overcharging. Pretty neat. Although in QC mode with the standard USB, you only get 18 watts. Did I say only? Really, 18 watts? That's pretty awesome. And that, the 65 watts from the top power delivery USB-C port, plus the 18 watts from the bottom QC port, gives you a total, 2 devices at the same time, of 63 watts of power. So, whether you're looking for a respectable 12-volt cigar lighter power adapter with protection and enough power, or you need a short-term countermeasure for your brand new Ford F-150 receptacle issue, this thing rocks, especially for the cost. Works great so far. Next episode, troubleshooting that receptacle with wiring diagrams. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, be a good human. Until next time.